My name is Michelle Carney. I am the founder and CEO of Purpose Driven Impact. I studied for a BA Honours in Leisure Studies and graduated in 1994. Leeds Beckett is a really friendly place. I really liked the course. The campus of Headingley was absolutely beautiful. Every 18, 19, 20-year-old should experience the pride of coming out after 3 or 4 years with a qualification and knowing that you've really achieved, not only academically, but in terms of life and friendships and general experience. I started my career volunteering in Leeds Sports Development. I went over to America and worked with people with brain injuries and challenging behaviours. I worked in the Learning Disability Service and got my dream job in sports development in Stockport. I was then the Chief Executive Officer of Special Olympics in Great Britain. I completely restructured and transformed the whole charity. My favourite bit was meeting our athletes by giving young people with a learning or intellectual disability the right opportunity, the support, that amazing things can happen. I set up my own consultancy called Purpose Driven Impact. I was lucky enough to be contacted by the Chair of Comic Relief to develop a partnership with Birmingham 2022, the Commonwealth Games, and the Future of Sport Relief to develop a true legacy and ultimately transform millions of lives. It's a passion, and a passion for the athletes. Harrison, his parents were told when he was born he would never walk, talk or sit up. In Abu Dhabi, he won a gold medal in judo. Niall Geit, he was pretty much non-verbal. Through the right support, he came up with this idea. He's drawn over 150 stadiums, raised over £6,500. Tasha Sweeney Meadowcroft, she came to me as a 16-year-old and I said, oh, let's create an apprenticeship for you. And she's now supporting and creating programs for young women just like her. A mentor of mine, Professor Margaret Talbot, she said, Michelle, you have a voice and you should never be afraid to use it. Say what you think, because you know, the more we do that, the more we get change. I used to say, how do I thank you? And she just said to me, pay it forward. You know, somebody did it for her many years ago. She did it for me. And that is my duty, to pay it forward and for all those people to continue to pay it forward, and that's how we get great change across the world. When I got the news I was being conferred this honorary doctorate, it blew my mind. I'm really humbled to have been recognised for my passion. I hope that I can help inspire a young Michelle or a young Michael to say, actually, anything is possible.
Chair of Governors, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, graduates and guests. It is a privilege and a pleasure to introduce Michelle Carney for the award of Honorary Doctor of the University Honoris Causa. Michelle has always had a passion for sport and business. In her early career, she worked in disability sports development. This passion was ignited while studying Leisure Studies BA Hons at Leeds Metropolitan University, as we were some time ago, where she had the opportunity to volunteer with Leeds Sports Development and build relationships which she still maintains today. Michelle has enjoyed a diverse career, working in the UK, USA, Australia and Africa. She has held CEO and director roles since 2002, leading grassroots sports partnerships and organisations. She has worked on many major national and global sporting events and strongly believes in the power of sport to transform lives. Michelle has worked in the commercial sector, professional sport and international sport. This includes working as a country director for Kick for Life FC, based in Lesotho in Southern Africa, which was the world's first football club exclusively dedicated to social change, where she built an innovative social enterprise. She also established the Lancashire Cricket Club Foundation in 2011, back home. Most recently, Michelle has spent 3 years as CEO of the Special Olympics in Great Britain. She led the complete transformation of the charity and the development of a new strategy, Inclusion in Action, which was launched in June 2021. Michelle is passionate about inclusion, diversity, and belonging, as well as creating inclusive environments which inspire people to be the best they can be. She's also passionate about empowering others. She coaches and mentors young, aspiring leaders across the globe. Paying it forward, I think, were your words. Michelle founded Purpose Driven Impact Limited in August 2021 and is currently leading the partnership between Sport Relief and the 2022 Commonwealth Games. She's also working in Made by Sport to design and lead a major donor fundraising programme to unlock significant investment in the sport for good sector. She's also working closely, as you've just heard, with Comic Relief to transform Sport Relief from one night of campaigning on television every 2 years to a year-round programme which will transform even more lives using the power of sport for good. Michelle, for your service to sport, it is my great pleasure to call upon the Chair of the Board of Governors, David Lowen, to confer upon you the award of Honorary Doctor of the University Honoris Causa.
I know it's a long time, I need the loo as well, so we'll Chair of Governors, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, distinguished colleagues, graduands and graduates and guests. I stand here humbled and, quite frankly, still in shock about being bestowed this wonderful honour. The 10-year-old girl from humble beginnings, sitting in a class at school in Human Moss Side, could never have imagined this was possible. My journey to this point has been quite a ride. It's been full of highs and lows and twists and turns, and has sometimes felt like a movie script. Graduands and graduates, a huge congratulations on your achievements, not least for the ladies being able to walk across the stage in those beautiful heels. Your journey to graduation has been different and challenging in so many ways. So well done on making it through one of the most extraordinary periods in all of our lives. I enjoyed my time immensely at Leeds. I made some great friends and created some wonderful memories. I had never even contemplated going to university. I'm not even sure I knew what it was or that it was an option. My parents grew up in large Irish farming families, and like many Irish people, they got on the boat to England when they were 16 years of age to find work and eventually landed in Manchester, where I was raised. I was at college studying business and finance when a tutor called Cheryl asked me if I'd considered putting my passion for sport together with my business acumen and studying at university. Fast forward to cycling up to Beckett Park on my first day, terrified and excited about what lay ahead, and then coming back to my bike and finding that someone had stolen my lights, but that's another story. You'll have heard some of my career highlights, but it is fair to say I've had less than a traditional path, enjoying many different experiences in different cities and countries, including America, Australia, and Africa. I've worked in the Learning Disability Service. I managed a chain of Irish pubs in Australia. I became quite a young director and CEO within the sports sector. Then, after a period of ill health, I left my role as CEO to recuperate and decide my next steps. It was 2008, and the economy crashed, and no one was hiring. After 2 years and over 900 job applications, I ran out of money and ended up bankrupt. I lost my home and everything material in my life. I went from being a CEO to working behind a bar for £5.93 an hour at Lancashire Cricket, where I'd worked whilst at college and uni. During that time, I met the president, Jack Livingston, who wanted to raise £1 million for the president's appeal, but he didn't know how to do it. This led me to establishing the Lancashire Cricket Club Foundation in 2011 with Jack's initial investment. My next stop was to Lesotho in Southern Africa for my next crazy adventure. This is where I learned some incredible lessons and skills, and I strengthened the charity and led the development of an innovative social enterprise. We used football as a tool to combat HIV/AIDS, working with orphans and vulnerable children and children who lived on the streets. Here I saw what poverty is. I learned about corruption, privilege, and the power of sport to combat social issues and bring communities together. This was a life-enhancing period in so many ways. I went back to professional sport and then on to international development before landing my dream job as CEO of Special Olympics Great Britain, where I spent 3 years transforming the charity. I continue to be inspired by the athletes of Special Olympics around the world with intellectual and learning disabilities who smash down barriers and show what is possible with the right support, time, and investment. My career and experiences have given me so many learnings which I'd like to share with you. Try out different roles and different environments to see what suits you. We are all unique and we learn in different ways. Find out what makes you thrive. Never be afraid to use your voice. As leaders, it's your responsibility to create environments where everyone feels able to speak. You will often find the best ideas come from those who sit quietly around meeting tables. Leadership has changed. We need leaders who care. We need leaders with empathy, emotional intelligence, and those who are authentic. People do business with people, so whatever sector you land in, you must remember that relationships are everything. Always choose to include. Champion inclusion and seek diversity of thought and opinions. It will be the best thing you ever do. Innovation and change require thinking differently and being prepared to be unpopular. Not everyone will like you. Be at peace with this. It means you are making things happen. When you get knocked down, which you will, you must get back up again every time. Failure is an opportunity to learn and reflect and come back stronger. I've had high highs and extreme lows. Life can get very tough, and you may reach a point where you feel there's no way out. I've been there a couple of times. There's no shame in it. What I know from my experience is that if you can hold on for one more day and reach out to just one more person, there is hope. By holding on during the darkest times, the universe will show you another path and you will find your light again. The most wonderful opportunities have followed some of my darkest days. I urge you all to stand up for what is right and be prepared to stand against what is wrong. We need people who will advocate for the voiceless and stand up and be heard when they see something which is not okay. No one succeeds alone. I would like to thank everyone who I have met on my journey, both friends and foes. Even though my life has had many ups and downs, I wouldn't change any of it. Every experience has taught me that I am stronger, more resilient, braver, and have more courage than ever before. I'd like to wholeheartedly thank all at Leeds Beckett University for bestowing this incredible honour on me. I commit to using it wisely and hope it will inspire another 10-year-old me to see what is possible. Graduands and graduates, once again, I congratulate you on your achievements to date. Please believe that you have an awful lot to offer this world. And some final thoughts for you. Embrace difference and uniqueness. Don't compare yourself to others, and aim to be the very best version of you. Find people and environments that raise you up, and walk away from those that don't. Be kind to yourself, and always be kind to others. Develop resilience and embrace change. If you find yourself in a dark place, please hold on. The dial will turn. Never let anyone dim your light. You are capable of more than you know, and just make sure you use your power to raise others up. Life is short, so do what makes you happy. Embrace failure. Everything in life is an opportunity to learn, and you have a voice. You should never be afraid to use it. Put yourself out there and shine your light. You never know who you are inspiring. And most importantly, use your power wisely. Be authentic, have courage, be brave, develop resilience, be kind, and always choose to include. Thank you for listening. Thank you for this honour, and good luck to each and every one of you. Make sure you celebrate your achievements and create amazing memories. Have fun and enjoy your day. Thank you.